What is good, fam? You know who I am, Wealthy Westbrooks, back with another video. If you feel stuck, but you want to attract more opportunities in your life, then make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, okay? If you're somebody who knows that they have potential, you have this ideas, but you just don't know exactly how to make it all happen, and you feel like maybe you're not worth it, you don't deserve it, you don't have what it takes, watch this video all the way to the end, fam, because I'm going to teach you and explain to you how you can literally attract opportunities into your life that can change your life, even when you feel like you're not in a position to attract those opportunities, okay? I know a lot of times, especially when we get started off on our journeys, entrepreneurship, business, even with relationships, whatever the case may be, if you don't have traction, right, if you don't have motion to begin with, it's hard to feel like you've got any momentum, right? I've talked about this in a lot of my other videos, right? You've got to build momentum. But what happens is when we look at the reality of the situation, maybe you don't have any numbers, right? You don't have any dates set up. Maybe you don't have any success on the cold approach, right? Maybe you haven't had any clients. Maybe you haven't closed any deals. Maybe your bank account looks low, right? Maybe you're hitting the weights or you're not hitting the weights, or you just can't hit your goals with your body and you're like up and down on the scale, or it's just not going up or it's not going down and you're just not seeing progress, right? And you're like, I feel stuck. What can I do? How do I get to the next level? Like, how do I get what I want even when I feel like I'm stuck? You got to, number one, keep going, fam. You got to just keep on going, okay? I tell all my clients this. You have to just divorce the outcome and fall in love with the process, right? Marry the process. Just keep on showing up. Repetition is the mother of success, okay? Keep on doing it. Be consistent. Be persistent. Be diligent. Keep on doing it. Now, this whole idea of being disciplined can take a lot of the freedom and a lot of the spontaneity out of life. And I'm going to make a whole other video about that later. But for now, just get the ball rolling. Anything is better than nothing right now. You got to start doing something. You cannot just sit around and expect things to happen. So even though you feel stuck, do anything. You can make another text, another call. You can hit the gym again. You can approach another woman. Like, do something that could potentially produce that outcome. Even if you feel like, it's not going to work. You have to at least put in that an effort again and again and again. There's no way it's going to happen if you don't keep on doing it in the physical world. But beyond the physical is the mental, right? We have to be thinking about a spiritual, physical, mental, and emotional plane where, like, just by doing actions is not the only thing, right? You can do a lot of things, but if you don't do it with the right frequency, if you don't do it with the right vibration, right? If you don't do it with the right energy, it's not going to work. So if you're trying to attract women or blessings or business from a space of lack, right, or not enoughness, right, or insecurity, it's not going to work, right? You got to be locked in on it, right, at the same frequency. Right? You have to be in alignment with it, right? And so oftentimes it's hard for us to feel like we are deserving of the opportunities, the raise, the business, the clientele, the high ticket sale, the girl, the date, whatever. We feel like we're not worth it because we're not really in alignment with it. Like, we look at ourselves and that seems like it's out of our league. And sometimes it is. So we have to close what we call the identity gap. Okay, the identity gap is essentially that process of becoming. Because once you close that gap and then you are essentially who you need to be, those opportunities will start to naturally flow into your life. So the first thing is you have to just change your mindset. Understand that you are enough. You are worth it. You are valuable enough. And if you don't believe that, well, then start becoming that. Right? And I tell this to all my clients too. Start looking at your life, right, only when you're at a high frequency. Okay, so if you're at a low frequency and you're just like already mad, you're not going to find solutions to your problems. You're not going to find answers to your problems when you're just negative, right? You won't find anything good with a negative perspective. So first, what we need to do is get you out of that negative funk, get you out of that doubt, get you out of that fear, get you out of that miserable just disbelief, right? Let's push you into a higher frequency by doing workouts, by doing affirmations, by getting in motion, right? By reconditioning our mind, right? By reprogramming our mind, right? By listening to certain people, by listening to certain programs and getting around certain environments and different stimuluses and different triggers, right? Eating better, changing our diet. All these things can change your frequency. And then we can start to see solutions to our problems. And then we can actually see how we can attract more opportunities, right? So we have to raise our frequency, right? We have to have faith. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to raise our frequency to become in alignment and become congruent with that which we seek. Okay? I know sometimes, you know, when I was getting started on my journey, you're like, damn, like, you see people doing so much more than you, and you're like, they're so far ahead, like, I can't catch up. Like, it's not even worth it. You feel like you're not even, you know, you're not gonna make enough progress by the time you get started and stuff. But that's a lie, right? So don't lie to yourself. So, you know, even though you might feel stuck right now, you can still attract opportunities. What you need to do is figure out what value you can bring to the marketplace, what value you can bring to the people, how you can serve people, even from where you're at. You can teach from where you're at. I tell this to people all the time. It's like, you don't need to be a guru or a freaking complete expert or have been like through everything in the world to teach somebody how to do something. Just teach from where you're at. Teach from your experience. Teach from your journey. Right? Explain what you've been through. Share what's worked for you. Right? And share what does work for you. Right? And also be mindful of the opportunities that are already in front of your face. A lot of times we overlook the opportunities that are right there. And sometimes you have to just create opportunities. That's really a pivotal thing, is like when there's seemingly no opportunities and you feel stuck, you have to just go create opportunities. You need to make opportunities just out of thin air. You need to get creative. Start looking for ways to help people. Start looking for problems. Start looking for solutions to those problems. Start looking for a way to connect the dots. Help people with their time. Get people their time back. Get people their money back. Help people out with things that they cannot do. Like, figure out where you can fit in, and opportunities will flow to you. Okay? So get real with yourself. Like, okay, who am I? What am I good at? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? How can I offer something? What can I offer? You know, who do I offer it to? Right? What do I already have to work with? Right? A lot of times on this journey, it's like, bro, you got to just work with what you got. You got to just work with what you got, bro. If all you got is an iPhone 12, use it. Use your iPhone 12, bro. I was using iPhone 12 back, bro, iPhone 16 was out. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to just work with what you got, bro. You don't got a lot of followers, work with the little followers you got right now. It is what it is. You don't have a lot of subscribers, it is what it is. I don't have a lot of subscribers. I don't get a lot of views. I just work with what I got. I know that these videos, that one viewer, that 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 views, whatever we get on here, 30 views, 100 views, it's fine. Shout out to everybody who does watch, man. Shout out to you. Comment below, say I watch, yo. If you watch my YouTube channels, make sure you subscribe. If this helps you, please subscribe. You know, I want to reach 12,000 subscribers is the next goal, right? Welcome to the tribe. If you've been tuning in, you already know the vibe. 100,000 is gonna be lit. I want to get the YouTube plaque. That's gonna be cool when we get the YouTube plaque. But yeah, I'm growing the channel, bro. Despite what it is, you know, despite feeling stuck, right? Oh, my numbers aren't going. Oh no, my views aren't up. Whatever. First of all, I'm detached from the outcome. I'm just married to the process. I just enjoy it, just like I said, right? And I have faith, and I know that it's going to happen with time, with repetition, with consistency, right? All these things I just shared with you, what I'm implementing. So I speak and I walk the talk. Everything I share with you, I do. This is what works for me. By the way, if you are somebody who wants help taking their business, their relationship, or just generally their life to the next level, tap in, book a free clarity call with me. We'll see if you are in congruence, if you're a good fit for the Westbrook's method, okay? I have 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, and 12-month programs available to help you. Now, this is for, you know, essentially starters, kind of like beginners, you know, generating maybe 3 to 4K a month. It's where I can help you scale and really shape your identity to become somebody who can finally start to earn 6 figures, build a brand, etc. Now, if you're somebody who's already earning 6 or 7 figures, but you don't have authority and you lack power, influence, and respect for men and women, then same thing, book a free clarity call with me, and you could potentially be a good fit for the Authority Accelerator program, where we'll help you do more than just make money, because money's cool, but let's be honest, it's not everything, okay? Now, as always, as we wrap up the video here, I want to say stay happy, healthy, wealthy, blessed, and focus on success. And when you see me drop another video, you already know what to do, fam. Tap in. Peace.